Alright guys, welcome back to Son of Scotland TV. We are here ready for the Scotland versus Poland match preview. I am on the BBC website. Normally I wouldn't touch BBC with a barge pole. They are absolute fake news. Don't listen to anything they say, but having said that, when it comes to football, they actually tend to be decent and, with articles and shit. And they've kind of got it all. So, when it comes to sports, when it comes to football, I'll use the BBC, but when it comes to like political stuff or news, then I'm going to have nothing to do with the BBC. But essentially, this is a friendly match for Scotland, but it's more of a World Cup playoff preparation match for Poland as they play on Tuesday. I believe it's either Czech Republic or Sweden that Poland will get. So, this is a big game for them. Now, while they want to play probably their strongest team to get ready for the match on Tuesday, at the same time they will not want to risk any key injuries, and Robert Lewandowski is apparently a doubt for this match, so I honestly cannot see Robert Lewandowski playing. If he is doubtful, the last thing Poland will want to do is risk him, and I think I'd be very, very shocked if Lewandowski plays for Poland, especially with that big game up on Tuesday. As for ourselves, we don't really know what's happening, to be honest. The game with Ukraine has been postponed. Apparently, they're able to. FIFA's allowing Ukraine to play it. It's up to Ukraine. But Ukraine, our guests, are not. They're not willing to go ahead. I don't know. They've yet to make a decision. In terms of boxing, Alexander Usyk has decided he will face Anthony Joshua. So he's Ukrainian and he's going to head with his world title fight against Joshua. But the Ukrainian national team, whether they're going to play their game against Scotland at the moment remains to be unseen. So we don't know what's happening. It's all up in the air. All we can do is try and beat Poland in this friendly, try and keep our momentum going, our unbeaten run going, our winning streak going, and, just keep winning and winning, improving as a team, and just getting better and better, essentially, and under Steve Clarke. So, in terms of who I would play, I am going to go through here and pick my starting 11, but there's some massive news in terms of players missing out. Andy Robertson, Scotland captain, will not play, as will one of our main strikers, Lyndon Dykes, both missing out. Andy Robertson due to COVID, Lyndon Dykes due to injury, so that kind of sucks. And Aaron Hickey also missed training on Wednesday with an illness. He might be available for the match tomorrow, but he also might not. So there's definitely Robertson and Lyndon Dykes missing out, and potentially also Aaron Hickey playing. There's a number of players that have been called up. Liam Kelly, Sander Clark could win their first caps, as could Craig Halkett, as could Ross Stewart. Will they win their first caps under me? Let's find out, guys. We're going to pick the team right here, right now. As in terms of formation, I'm probably going to go with what Steve Clarke would normally go with, and that is the 5-3-2. So I think Steve Clarke will play 5-3-2. He always plays 5-3-2, and I've got no reason to see why he would change that. But now I'm not going to pick what I think Steve Clarke's going to go with. I'm going to pick my preferred 11. Then if you want to let me know down in the comments below what your preferred 11 is, then that is great. Now, first off, and I'll give reasons behind each choice. So first up, we have to go with the goalkeeper, Craig Gordon. I am loyal to Craig Gordon. He is our number one. But having said that, this is a friendly game, and I would like to see what Sander Clarke can do in the Scotland goal. For that reason, I will pick Sander Clarke. Don't get me wrong, when it comes to meaningful games, when it comes to competitive games, Craig Gordon's right back in there. But for this game, I would like to see Sander Clarke. I think over the past 18 months, he's been tremendous. He's been one of the best goalkeepers in Scotland. He played a massive part in St Johnstone, winning that historic cup double that will never be done again. So for me, I think he deserves to finally be rewarded with that, and I would reward him by starting him against Poland. So Sander Clarke for me is going in nets. Right back. Options. What do we have? Not many. We've got Stephen O'Donnell. We've got Nathan Patterson. Nathan Patterson, who hasn't played, I think he's played like one game since going to Everton, and he got subbed off after 45 minutes. For me, it has to be Stephen O'Donnell. the guy's playing regularly for Motherwell, you have to go with Stephen O'Donnell. To be honest, if Nathan Patterson was playing regular football, I would still maybe pick O'Donnell. But the fact that Patterson is not playing football, I think we have to go with Stephen O'Donnell. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, you could also argue as a friendly, maybe want to experiment, and you know what, we know more of what Stephen O'Donnell can do international. Nathan Patterson's more the unproven quantity. Maybe we should give Patterson the nod. But for me, I would give O'Donnell the start, and obviously I would give Patterson game time. Yeah, I would definitely bring him on, but for me, I would start with O'Donnell. So I'm going with O'Donnell. Moving into the back three now, the centre backs. This is tricky. We've got Craig Halkett, who got called up. Obviously, a good choice. There is Grant Hanley, who most people would say is definitely going to be picked. He is our number one. Jack Hendry. People, are a fan of Jack Hendry, but I don't believe he started in his last 9 games for Club Brugge. So for me, that is a worrying concern. But for me, I think the back three pick itself, normally Kieran Tierney is one of those options. He goes into that left centre-back position, but with Andy Robertson missing and with Aaron Hickey missing, it's either you play Tierney at left centre-back and you have Greg Taylor at left-back, or you play Kieran Tierney at left-back. I do not want Greg Taylor in the Scotland team. No chance. So for me, Kieran Tierney probably goes at left-back for this game, and that leaves the three centre-backs, the only 3 centre-backs in the squad. Yes, Ryan Jack can play centre-back. Yes, Scott McTominay can play centre-back. I wouldn't have them at centre-back. So my 3 choices will be Jack Hendry, Grant Hanley, and Craig Halkett. I mean, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H, time to play the game. I think these 3 options picked by themselves. You can let me know what you think down below. And then, last but certainly not least, is Kieran Tierney on the left. And I'm interested to see what Kieran Tierney can do in a Scotland shirt, playing out there in his favoured position without Andy Robertson. Moving in then to the midfield three. Got a lot of players here to pick from. So I don't think Stuart Armstrong should be picked in a Scotland squad again. That's just my opinion. I personally wouldn't have him anywhere near a Scotland team, but he has been picked. Steve Clarke seems to like him. Every manager seems to like him because he does get picked, but for me, not. Right, who would I pick? Out of all these options, who would my choice be? In no particular order here, I'm going with the best, arguably the best player we have, but in my opinion, definitely the best midfielder we have. I'm going with John McGinn, because why not John McGinn? My other option, I'm going with Billy Gilmour, because, I mean, Billy Gilmour's a talent. If you don't recognise that, then I don't know what to tell you. But for me, Billy Gilmour, 100% has to be in there. I think Gilmour and McGinn, are 2. I mean, these are... I know the word gets thrown around quite a lot, but I think these are 2 players that you could probably call world class and get away with it. Or at least they're on the spectrum of world class. If they're not world class, they're trying to get to that level. They're great. They're great footballers that are... They're definitely... If you look at the Scotland team, if you could name, the top 5 players, I think both of these 2 would be in it. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going Gilmour, McGinn. And in the middle, there's options. There's Ryan Christie, there's Lewis Ferguson, there's Ryan Jack, there's Callum McGregor. Personally, I think I'm going to go with Ryan Jack. It's a toss-up between Jack and Callum McGregor. I'm going to go with Ryan Jack, because why not? Ryan Jack's in. Now, moving on to the strikers, we don't have a lot to choose from. He might not even play 2 strikers. He could possibly play someone off Adams, just like behind Adams. And then, so essentially, it could easily be a 5-3-1-1. Lyndon Dykes is out. I don't think Ross Stewart should be in the team, to be fair. Who do I think is going to start? Or more importantly, who would I pick? We don't have a lot of choices. For me, based on what we have here, I would probably go with Ryan Christie and Shea Adams. So I'm going to confirm it, guys. That's my team. I would go with Clarke, O'Donnell, Hendry, Hanley, Halkett, Tierney, Gilmour, Jack, McGinn, Adams, Christie. Let me know what you think down below. Would you pick that team? Would you pick a different team? Let us know in the comments. And as for the prediction, I am going to go with Scotland to keep our momentum going. I'm going to go Scotland 2, Poland 1. I'm going to go with another win for Scotland. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully that's not my, patriotism shining through and predicting something that ain't going to happen. But yeah, no, I think we will get a win at home here. And yeah, keep our winning streak going. So that's what I think, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And that is it. Till the match, till the review. Until next time. Been on Scotland TV. Thanks for watching and peace.